What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody enjoyed their week. And I hope everybody is ready to make a ton of money next week because, yes, it is coming. All right, so we're going to start off with the weekly charts, and then we're going to go over the daily charts, and the 4-hour, and the 1-hour, and then we will be on our way. All right, but I do just want to remind everybody at the beginning of the video of what Powell told us. All right, guys, rates are going to have to be elevated above 5% for an extended amount of time. There will be no rate cuts in 2024. So pretty much, guys, the whole bull thesis of this whole run just got completely shat on by Papa Powell. And yeah, reality check has been given. And we will likely be coming back down to lows. Well, I'm not even going to say likely. That what he told us, that just suggests, okay, whatever the market was pricing before, it now has to price in more. Which means, yeah, guys, lows is what the market was pricing before. Now we got to get more. All right, and I personally think it is going to be in this box right down here in between this zone or this level and this gap fill over here that you can see on the daily time frame right over there. And it doesn't have to reverse perfectly off of there, but to me it would make perfect sense to pick one of these levels, considering we don't have another. I mean, you do have little supports here and there, but there's no other major pivot points other than that. I mean, but either way, I will be watching with the oscillators because that is the radar that we have to trade with. Because again, why are you going to go fly blind? There's no reason. So all in all, that will tell us when a bottom is forming. All right, and yeah, all right. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off with the weekly charts, and I just want to show everybody, hey guys. All right, before we go over anything else, all right, because there is going to be a bounce that we're going to be discussing here in this video. I am playing that bounce. I don't recommend people play the bounce just because it was honestly so much easier just to literally, hey, get out of your puts and just wait for a re-entry in puts. That's the stress-free situation here. All right. But if you want to get all stressful, yeah, play calls with me. All right. But the entry already, it's gone. All right. You had to have bought in at the 381.14 gap fill, or right around there is where I bought. I bought when it was like 10 to 20 cents above there, I believe. Which gave me, I believe, the best possible entry. So if you are, if you're planning on turning bullish and trying to play this short-term move here, I'm telling you, there's a high likelihood that you are going to miss it if you aren't already in calls. So there's no reason. But yeah, you have your big ass candle here rejecting off of our trend line. All right, we were getting a little fake out. We came and rejected off that week, came down, and we came back up and tested it with CPI. Which again, guys, I got to pat ourselves on the back here. Where's the that was easy button? No way, guys. I gotta put batteries in the that was easy button. That is so disappointing.
That was easy.
Oh, there it goes. Is it on?
That was easy.
All right. Just had to do a little thing there. But yeah, guys, we like literally nailed it. All right, the CPI, like everything went exactly according to plan, and this is why I only listen to technicals. I really don't care what else is being said, but I also do have a pretty solid macro perspective as well. All right, I pay attention to what Powell says. But all in all, the technicals are really all someone needs to continuously nail the market, because the technicals predict the news. All right, the charts predict the news, which means the technicals predict the fundamentals that come. So anybody trading off fundamentals, they're using data that is just, it's late. All right, it is delayed data you are trading off of, which means you are always going to get the short end of the stick. We always get the best end of the stick, considering we did enter at the exact top. All right, and your boy did catch all of that. I will not say I caught this. I was I caught bits and pieces of this, but I was ready for a crash. And the conflicting thing here was we kept getting a crash signal here on the weekly chart on NDQ. We come over here NDQ. It's the same thing on QQ, but this is QQ is just an ETF that tracks this bad boy right here, the US 100, the Nasdaq 100. But yeah, we kept getting our crash signal, which, I mean, we'll go back and show you guys real quick. And guys, I will not be valuing one signal ever again over the rest of my TA, because the rest of my TA was suggesting, hey dude, you're bottoming, you have all the reason to be going along here, instead of I got wrecked. All right, but that's just because I was like, hey, why is this time going to be different? The most dangerous thing in trading and investing is this time is going to be different. Telling yourself this time is going to be different. So I was telling myself this time is not going to be different. You had your first close over here for the 200 weekly MA here on Nasdaq. That has only happened in the past, right before you had these massive sell-offs. And the reason I was like, even though the daily setup, even the weekly setup there, it was bullish. It was undeniably bullish. I was saying in each and every update, it's undeniably bullish. But again, why is this time going to be different? It was undeniably bullish back here. It was undeniably bullish. Where was it? It was over here. All right, see, I have it marked, guys. I have it marked. And yeah, you fell off an absolute cliff. I think it's like 15 to 30% drop in the next 3 weeks on both of those dates. So I was expecting, hey, everyone's gonna lose their bananas here, and I'm gonna make a ton of money. But either way, guys, that was just one signal that we were using. We will not be doing that ever again. There's no reason to. All right, we learned the lesson. And guys, if you are continuously losing money here and you're not getting lessons, I'm sorry, but dude, you're just gambling and you're just doing the definition of insanity, and you're just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that is the definition of insanity. That's not what we cover here on the channel. So if you are doing that, hey, knock it off. Knock it off. If you want to be part of this trading community, you're going to have to continuously learn. You're going to have to continuously be better. There isn't any actual trading community here. I don't have Discord. I don't have any of that. I'm just saying, hey guys, I know for a fact the information that I'm putting out here on this channel each and every day, this is enough to make someone rich. All right. This is someone to literally bring someone into that realm of financial freedom where someone doesn't have to slave away at the job and do that. And like, nothing wrong with working. Okay. Like, you got to love what you do. And I'm just going to say right now, I love the markets. All right. And this literally is enough to replace someone's income over time. All right. So, I mean, but the only way you're going to get that with the information that I'm providing here is if you are doing yourself a favor and learning. All right. You have to continuously be progressing. And that's really the name of this game, in any game, actually. But especially the market, you're going to get wrecked if you're not learning. But yeah. All right. So with that being said and that out of the way, I don't really know what got us into that, but we will get right into the charts. I know we already went over the weekly chart on SPX. You have your oscillators coming down, your stochastic is crossing down, and then you come over here to Mr. VIX. Now, VIX, I want to point out this. You have your stochastic getting ready to cross down here, so it's hinging down. That's going to agree with this whole bounce thesis that we got going on, and I am expecting something like that. And you have the same exact thing going on in your RSI. Your RSI is completely hinged flat / hinged down right now. We don't really need to cover these other ones, but it's the same exact picture. You have your oscillators coming down from your overbought territory right there. And like I've said, DIA may be, which actually is DJI, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This may be the only index to come down and make a higher high or double bottom. And that's just because it was the only index to come and make a higher high here, which means like, hey, and I definitely drew that very badly. There we go. Which means, hey, you have your first like half of the picture in, half of the puzzle in there. For a trend change, which just needs a higher high and then a higher low, and then you got to come back and break that higher high. There you go. There's your trend change. We now have the first part of that trend change. You made your higher high. You got to make your higher low now, and you got to come back and you got to break here. All right. Now, if we do also, maybe this is going to be the case, and yes, there will be a target on this, but this target honestly will we're probably not going to be really playing it just because the break of this W is going to be all the way up here. But there is the chance that we end up doing that. And then your confirmation would be over there. But that's not how I would be playing it. I would be getting in at the bottom and riding that bad boy up. IWM, it's looking the same exact way. We just covered the VIX. You could look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing a thing right now, but you are about to be going down on Bitcoin. All right. I'm seeing a lot of things about well, Binance. Like I keep seeing this repeated clip of this reporter asking him if they can support, I think it was like $2.1 billion. If someone needed $2.1 billion, would you go insolvent and stuff like that? I think something is about to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but Bitcoin moves with the market. And if the market is at a top, Bitcoin, even though the charts are showing this, all right, they're not showing the same exact thing as the market, as the indices. Yeah, I still think it's going to get a catalyst to bring it down into this zone over here. Just like I got my target zone on SPY, I got the same exact thing over here on Bitcoin. All right. And yeah, this is why, guys, I rely on the charts. I don't care about technicals, or I don't care about technicals. I don't care about fundamentals. I care so deeply about technicals because they don't lie to me. They don't sit here getting me in emotional debates with my friends and doing all this nonsense. No, someone is telling me that the market's going to be moving differently than what I'm seeing on the charts because of something fundamental, I just know in the back of my head, hey, you're going to get screwed. All right. I'm going to be making money. You're getting screwed. I don't care what comes out that sends the market in my direction. But like, that's what the charts are saying. So, but like, if you're only looking at fundamentals, you never have that perspective there. All right. And personally, with Bitcoin here, it would make perfect sense to come and back test this trend line again because you already got the breakout. You got the breakout, and we put the target on the board a while back. I guess I didn't actually keep the target on there. But I put it on there. There was a trend line break, but it wasn't a high one. It was probably around like $25,000. But I said it probably won't hit that target because the market is going to be coming down. And look, we did end up breaking down. Oh, no target was hit. We ended up coming down. So that's why I took off the target. I don't have any targets on my board unless they are playable, unless like I am confident they will be hit. All right. So for example, all right, SPX's target still hasn't been hit, but SPY, the same exact target on SPY, has been hit, which was this gap fill. It was a yellow line. If you're new to the channel, guys, yellow lines, those are the targets. Green lines are the gap fills. Blue lines, these light blue lines, these teal lines, I guess we call them cayenne. These are literally just what I chart with, all right? These are my structures, and everything else is blue, all right? So you just got green, yellow, and blue to worry about. This dark green line right here, that's just because the gap has already been filled. And I still want it on the chart because it's still probably going to act as a level that's going to cause some reactions to happen in the market. So that is why I'm leaving it here up. Oh, hi, buddy. How you doing, Josie baby? How you doing? All right, so now we will go over the daily time frames because we went over the weekly. You see your oscillators coming down up off of oversold lines there. You're hinging up there. CCI is still so deeply oversold here. You look on SPY and it's at 220, minus 220, negative 220 on the CCI, which is a level that wasn't even hit during the last sell-off. Like it really just hasn't been hit. Or it was hit. It was just that is where we started bouncing on the CCI from, but I will say when we started hitting it there, you still end up going down. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think we are going to get something like what we got going here or something like what we got going there, and then we're going to be continuing lower. That is just my personal opinion here. But my opinion is it's being formulated off of the data that we are discussing here on this channel each and every day, except for Fridays and Saturdays, because I don't put out a video now on Friday because we have the weekly update, and the weekly update is covering anything that would be going on Friday. I still will have the or that's the written update. I don't have Friday written updates. I'll still have YouTube videos coming out Friday right before market close, just to give people that peace of mind. And like, hey, if you haven't entered any positions and you want to enter any positions off of the data I'm sharing with you, there you go. You can do it before Friday, before the trend actually starts to change. Well, not change, but we're going to get a counter trend rally in all likelihood, just because of what we got going on here. But you come over here, we're going to delete that. You come over here to QQ, it's the same exact thing. All right, you have your oscillators all the way over in oversold territory. RSI is not. But we will be getting down here. This is where I will be watching for little bounces to start occurring on the RSI, on SPY and QQQ. As you see, stay down here very briefly over there. Stay down there very, very briefly over there. Right here, it's the same thing. All right, that the RSI on the daily time frame, that is likely where we are going to see these major bounces start coming off of. Like from over here, that was your bottom. From over here, you had a big ass bounce right there. I mean, even over here, you had this bounce right there. All right. My point is, when RSI reaches 30, all right, or over like right by 30, that is when we are going to be looking for those bigger style bounces, which still are like, we're still probably going to have some counter trends come off of that level, but that is also where I'm going to be looking for an actual reversal to play. All right, like we had there, which for all I know could form another rising wedge, but I don't think that is going to be the case because I think we are going to be coming up and having one hell of a short squeeze. Now, I don't know. I don't know what is going to be happening. I have no crystal ball, all right, but I do know what the charts are suggesting. The charts are suggesting that, hey guys, every time you've came down here, you've either had a crisis that has brought you out, all right, or you're getting ready for a bounce, and then we're going to come over here, and the crisis is going to be marked by the RSI and not the CCI. All right, so that's Another reason I will be watching the RSI for those major bottoms, just on all time frames. That is just what I'm seeing. All right, and this is just kind of how I use the CCI with the RSI. CCI gives a lot of buy signals that the RSI just doesn't. You know, when the RSI comes all the way down here on a specific time frame, that's when a major bottom is going to be forming, just like a major top up here. Up here on the weekly time frame, we're hovering up there. Either way, moving on. All right, moving on. We will go over VIX's daily chart. You see right here, our stochastic, it was started to hinge up, and now we're getting a, it is starting to hinge down. All of your oscillators actually are hinging down. Your RSI is going flat, and this is agreeing with what I was just saying on these. All right, we're looking for a bounce, guys. All right, I'm looking for a bounce on SPY either to this zone right here at 390 to 392. So yeah, so with that, yeah, 390 to 392. Right here at this gap fill. All right, at 387.89, which I don't think it's going to stop there. I think we're going to get a little more powerful rebound just to reset these oscillators. And again, I'm looking for something like either that or something like that, and then we're going to get a very sharp decline lower. So guaranteed, I am buying puts on these on the rally days because hey, it's going to be a rug pull just like that. It's going to be a rug pull just like that. It's minus 3% day. That's a minus 4% day. I am not missing that day. Right here, we had another. That's a minus 2%. I'm not missing these days, guys. These are days that a lot of money is to be made. All right, a lot of money. But I'm watching for that level, or I'm coming for that level. All right, right here at 396.31. That is our gap fill from what is this, Wednesday? And guys, while we're here, just look at this 4-hour time frame. Look at this perfect retest. 4 points of retest, and you just all rejected. That is so solid. That is such a solid breakout. You had such a sexy opportunity here. You short this month. Oh, it's so good. It was so good. We got to play puts here. All right, we got to play puts here. We're gonna play. I got 5 calls going right here, and I'm gonna be selling those, and I will be re-entering. But all in all, guys, I am expecting to either come there. So this is your path here. That's your second path there. You could go like that. We come all the way up here and go like that. Now, maybe, and again, this is where I'm gonna say again, I have no crystal ball. All right, so maybe we end up coming up all the way up into trendline resistance. I have no idea if it's going to happen. I am going to say right now, we're kind of seeing things get really freaking violent here. All right. We have had such volatile moves occur over the past week or two that like anything can happen, guys. Really anything can happen. And holy crap, like this is why taking profits off the table is essential, because imagine if you just had all your puts and you had to sit through this. All of your gains that you got from here to here would be gone. They would all be gone because of time, because of like theta decay. Again, they would all be gone. All right, or at least the vast majority of them. That's why you cannot do that. All right, I am out of 3/4 of my total position right now. I currently only have 19 Jan 20 puts. And yeah, I mean, that's strictly because, hey, I know like I'm about to get wrecked if I hold through it. There's no reason to. All right. And quite frankly, I'm just trying to nail these waves down, dude. I'm just like, hey, we got one move. And guys, I mentioned this in a and I say waves as in exactly this. All right. So this is a quote from Johnny Bravo. I mentioned this in the written update. And I like this quote because this is representing exactly what I'm trying to show you guys here, what is about to take place. We're about to see, oh, this is a branch right here. We're about to come hit our head on this branch, and then we're going to go lower, and then you have another branch, and then you do something like that. And that's like, all in all, that's what Elliott wave, like, that's why it forms. You hit every single branch on the way down. All right. And you bounce off these branches. All right. But the quote is, all right. The quote is, let me just, I don't want to get it wrong. So let me go on my notes. The Johnny Bravo quote that I will use for the rest of my life. The market doesn't just fall out of a window. It hits every branch on the way down. Facts. All right. Facts. We are hitting a branch as we speak, and we are bouncing off of said branch. This is a branch that we highlighted so early on. This is literally target number 1 of our rising wedge formation we have right here. We got a breakout. You even got your perfect entry right here. All right. And then you would have gotten to cut right here at our target, which, holy crap, if anybody played December 30 puts on what I just showed you, dude, you literally got like, holy crap, dude. You got so much freaking money. If I was able to sell for around 300%. Yeah, with this day, dude, you went up 5 to 10x on your December 30 puts, like straight up, all right? Like that is just so much money to freaking be made, guys, all right? And the Jan 20s also printed, all right? They printed heavily, heavily, all right? But the December 30s, holy cow. Guys, when I'm trading, like moving forward, I'm gonna be using two different expirations. One shorter expiration, one where I know like I will be 100% okay no matter what happens. All right, and that's the Jan 20s in this situation. But I will be getting back into those December 30 puts. Maybe I'll buy a little more time on them just because obviously we're gonna have like a week go by between the exit and entry there. Maybe I get the next week, so January 7th. I don't know. Maybe it will be December 30. Because holy cow, they print so freaking much, so massively. And just having those two, just, I don't know, it's the perfect combo there. Really is the perfect combo. All right, so getting back to the TA, all right. So we're on the 4-hour time frame right here. And I am not going to show you something on Webull, but if you guys do want to see what I am talking about, go over to the Webull update and go look at the, I think it's in the last 4 photos. But the 4-hour CCI on Webull compared to TradingView does a thing that I noticed this pattern and it works. All right, this is a pattern that I have noticed time and time again, and this time I noticed it, and I mean I'm just kind of adding it as another factor there that's going to support whatever decision I make down the line. But yeah, if you do want to go see what it is, go check that out. It's literally like, okay, this 4-hour CCI on TradingView comes down into oversold territory and then starts hinging up over the buy line. At the same time, this doesn't have your 4-hour bullish divergence that would give me that confidence. Like we had one form probably over here. Yeah, over here. And these are the major bottoms that are going to be marked with these. But on these bounces, these little bounces that we're going to be getting, they are marked by 4-hour divergences, bullish and bearish divergences on Webull's 4-hour CCI. So that is like if you have this picture and then you also have a quadruple bullish divergence like we have here, and you also have a bullish divergence on the 4-hour CCI on Webull of SPY, then hey guys, that's a pretty solid picture there for a pretty solid recipe for some upside there. But yeah, just a little factor if you guys do want to go see that. It's a new factor to the TA that I will just be keeping an eye on. It's not going to be a big thing, but it's something that is popping up on the chart right now. And I think that is giving us some insight on what we're about to be seeing. But yeah, guys, you got your 4-hour CCI hinging up, almost going through that buy line there. You have your CCI over here on SPX, which keep in mind, we have like half the candles here that we have for them on SPY because no after hours trading here. You have the same exact picture. You have 4-hour CCI hinging up, going towards that buy line. You do have this bullish divergence going on your stochastic fib, so that is something also to be noted. But the thing I really want to point out is what we got going on the hourly time frame here on SPX. All right, we have our took it off. We have our bullish divergence on the hourly CCI here that marked the last 2 rallies we had on up, and they were rather powerful rallies. I'm not saying something like that's going to happen. If it does, holy crap, will I be really freaking happy, all right? Because we're going to get such a supreme entry on puts after taking exits at supreme levels, all right? Like straight up, we're working this thing, all right? We are working it. And this is literally a picture I sent to my friend. He got out, and I told him this was a re-entry. He got out somewhere over here, and it fell through, and I was like, nope, don't worry. It's just it is coming back up for the retest. And I literally sent him a picture, and it was before this big bar right here, but it was on these 2 candles right here. And yeah, holy cow, did that end up working out picture perfect. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's not something you really can be playing. That is why you got to get in at the start of these moves at the top, right? Like the reversals are where the swing trading money is to be played. You can't, like this whole waiting for confirmation crap. All right. Like I get it in certain trading styles, but in my specific trading styles, you're missing like all of these moves. All right. If you are sitting there waiting for confirmation to happen, you are sitting there like you are going to miss so many of these moves if you're using my specific trading style with any form of confirmation, right? That's why I've developed this. It's like that I value the setup based off of all the factors I'm seeing, not off of like, oh, this one specific breakout gives you confirmation. No, dude, look at this rising wedge. Look at this rising wedge. You would have bought in the breakout at the bottom, bro. This is what I'm getting at. Like, this is not like this would have been this old Henry. This would have been your confirmation. You would have bought your January 20 puts. You would just held through all of this, and you would have gone down 50 to 60% through all of that. That would have sucked. All right, it would have sucked. All right, and that's why I say, like, hey, I don't know what would act as confirmation here. All right, I have no idea. That's why I enter in like either halves or I enter in thirds each and every time. And I also do the same with my exits because I never know. Like that, like what I'm just saying. Like I never know. All right, but what I do know is like, hey, we are very close to a top here. We just got such a supreme short entry here. We double topped here, came back, all right, and the oscillators were looking how they were. Like the setup was exactly like go back over my written updates on Webull if you guys just want to view the setup that was occurring over here that I was warning you about. And I was also warning you down here that I was expecting a rally into CPI to come back and backtest this rising wedge here, and that was going to be the most supreme entry. All right. Or the most supreme entry was coming back and hitting this trend line here on QQ, which we got like right there. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what the confirmation, what someone could have looked at the setup and was like, this is confirmation. No, I just know like, hey, dude, we're right at the top. I don't care if we have a few more bucks of upside here. I will just I will again add like the portions of my position at these different resistances because I know we're approaching a top. The charts are suggesting we're approaching a top. All right, so I would like to add a bit of like confirmation to my trading. All right, but I'm also gonna say like, hey, what I just said. If you are doing that, you're missing so much of the move for any confirmation I could see, which really would only be this confirmed breakouts. Really, only form of confirmation you could have here. You're just missing so much money, and you're going to be losing money before you make money, and that's just not ideal at all. So I mean. I'm sorry if anybody wants that, but I'm sorry it's just not here with this specific technique we got going here on the channel. It's not there. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry about that. But I mean, at the end of the day, we've been doing perfectly fine. All right, perfectly fine. And again, guys, if you do want the trade alerts, the live trade alerts, which so far I think we've had like 4 of them, they have been so sexy. All right, there have been 2 strangles and then 2 short entries, and they have been so sexy. All right, or 1 short entry and then 1 call entry. All right, again, yes, super sexy. All right, so yeah, if you do want those are over on Twitter. You guys get that. We got the written updates going on Webull. You have video updates here on YouTube, and you guys have trade alerts over on Twitter for free up until 1/1/24. All right, so till January 1st of 2024. Yeah, they're free. Get rich with me, all right? Because they're not free after that. And I don't want to sell anyone. I don't want to sell my trades to anyone who like doesn't have the money, all right? I don't want to be like, oh, trust me, bro. No, I want to put tens of thousands of dollars into your pocket, and then I want to take $50 a month so you can continue making tens of thousands of dollars per month. And like, you get what I'm saying, all right? I'm not going to be that sleazy salesman. All right, I refuse. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the income in your pocket, and then I'm going to use that income to like a very, 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 very small portion of that income that I put in your pocket to then, or at least help to put in that pocket. And then I will get my income out of that, which I mean, but at the end of the day, by the time that thing comes, I don't even like, I don't know what my net worth is going to be. So there's a chance that never happens and I never charge for it. I have no idea. Because at the end of the day, dude, like, no, the TA is speaking for itself. And like, that's why I also like, I don't really, anybody who's sitting there selling courses or anything, like when I put out a course, it's going to be for like $1. Whatever I need to break even on what I put into it, that's what it's going to be. And it's just because like, I just want educational content, because if someone is really making money off of what they're showing here on YouTube, right, and what they're talking about, then what the hell is the purpose for trying to make these chump change off of your monthly subscription and your trading course? Like, I just don't get it. All right, I just don't get it. There is no point. If someone is truly successful in the market, they shouldn't have to sell anything. All right, now I'm telling you guys in advance, I will be selling something, but it's not going to be for that. All right, and it's going to be because I put that money in your pocket. All right, and also like, hey, I'm putting in crap ton of work each and every day here just to put out these updates, and I'm not getting anything for them besides my skill set. My skill set is exploding with flying colors, so it is a huge plus that we got going here for the channel. So there's that. So I think we pretty much went over everything. The last thing we could go over is what we got here on SPY. I drew it on it was either 30-minute or 1 hour I drew it on, but we will draw it here on the 1 hour. I think it was honestly from right here, right? Right there. Maybe I drew this on the 30-minute. I think I drew it on the 30-minute. Maybe it was the 15 I drew it on. I don't know. Either way, you are right at the upper boundary of this falling wedge here, which typically these falling and rising wedges, they occur as reversals. All right, so we have the big reversals. We have what I think is going to be a little reversal right here. Same time, you have your hourly quadruple bullish divergence going on here. You have 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 points of divergence there. All right, just going straight down, but you are going straight up there. And guys, if you're new to the channel, all the CCI is, all right, the average amount of buying and selling pressure. Okay, so that exact amount of buying and selling pressure over all periods on this ticker. Okay, so all minutes, all everything. All right, it would have done this. All right, which means like we shouldn't have kept going down here. We should have made a higher high from here to here. So we should have went like that, but you didn't. All right. And then what happened again? You fell even lower, even though again, you should have made that higher high. Oh, you fell even lower again, even though you should have made that higher high. There you go. Now, what is this shit telling us? All right. It's telling us someone's got their foot on the tiger's neck and the tiger's going to launch. All right. It's going to launch at that guy whenever he takes his foot off his neck. So it's going to launch up there, all right? And that's all the CCI is showing you, okay? Like, it's literally like, okay, with that exact amount of buying and selling pressure over all periods in time, this is what would have happened to price, yet this happened. So that's where I'm getting that whole, like, hey, someone's putting their foot on the tiger's neck. It can't do anything right now. It should be doing something. And right when they take it off of the tiger's neck, or lion's neck, or jaguar's neck, whatever you want to look at it, whichever your spirit animal is, all right? My spirit animal ain't a tiger. I don't have one. My spirit animals are my two pups, Mike and Josie, my babies. No, they're not. Never mind. I would say a Doberman. I'm gonna have 2 Doberman after these guys. Actually, I'm so excited. So excited. But yeah, all right. All right. So I think we covered everything. We cover Mara, because this is something that I am getting so freaking excited about, guys. This is something that I have been telling you guys about since we're up here. I told you guys about this entry. We're now getting that entry. I think it is going to Mara's now coming. It's coming lower than 350, guys. I'll tell you right now. But what am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy half of my desired position on Mara in that one account here, which means I'm already $5,000 in the hole on Mara, up here around $5. So what we can do is I'm gonna just put the whole account into Mara when we hit this gap down here. We are like very likely heading lower than that. But then I am going to have a lot of more money for Mara. But all in all, that is going to be the way. Hey, you're not missing the short squeeze. You're getting a, let's say we get our average down to $4 on Mara. Okay, it's probably going to be lower than that. But let's say $4 average on Mara. You come back up here to $15, or let's say $16. There's your 4x gain. Let's say you have $10,000. There's your $40,000. 10K just turned into 40K there. There's your 300% gain right there. Boom. That's all I'm looking for. All right. That is all I'm looking for. But in reality, we are going to see an explosion just like this. Mara is it's literally just always heavily shorted. So, I mean, whenever the time does come, Mara is something that will explode. And now you can see why it's heavily shorted. It dies. When it's got room to die, it dies. All right. When it's got room to run, it runs hard because of those shorts. All right. It's just a constant cycle. But that's how I'm going to be playing Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is likely going to head back down into the zone. Not head back down. It hasn't been down here for a while. Or I guess head back down here. But yeah, we're probably going to do something like this on Mr. Bitcoin. We're probably going to have a few red days right there. We're probably going to back test our trend line right there, come right into the zone maybe. And then boom. All right. And I don't remember what, it was either a YouTuber or it's someone on Twitter. That something important would be happening on this date. I don't remember who though. So, but it's there. I guess I'll just leave it on the chart because maybe something does happen. But now I don't know who to listen to because someone got something super right here, and I don't remember who told me to put it on the chart. So that sucks. That sucks. Oh well. But either way, guys, I'm super excited about Mara. I hope you guys are very excited for the money that is like being made and the money that is like the compounds of more money that are going to be made. And yeah. All right, guys. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the weekly update, and peace.